Blood on the leaves and a whisper in the dark. Logan walked alone through the thick alien forest. His boots crushed soft red leaves underfoot. The sky above was dark with storm clouds, and the wind carried a strange smell, like burnt metal and smoke. This forest was quiet, too quiet. No birds, no bugs, only the wind. He was a mechanic from the old colony, now abandoned. Logan lived far from the city, fixing broken machines, hunting, and surviving alone. But today, something felt wrong. He had heard it earlier, just a whisper. A sound no animal could make. A child's cry. He stopped, holding his breath. The wind blew again, and there it was. A soft, high-pitched whimper. It came from deeper inside the woods. "Hello?" Logan called out. "Is someone there?" No answer. He moved forward carefully, stepping over twisted roots and strange glowing plants. The cry came again, faint, afraid. Logan followed it. Suddenly, he saw something move behind a bush. He crouched low and peeked through the thick leaves. His eyes widened. A small alien child sat curled up on the ground. Her skin was light blue and her eyes glowed softly in the dim light. Her arms were wrapped around her knees. She was shaking. Blood was on the leaves around her. She looked at Logan and gasped, trying to crawl away, but she was too weak. Her leg was hurt. Torn fabric hung from her clothes. She wore no shoes. Her face had dirt and dried tears. Hey, it's okay," Logan said gently. He took off his gloves and showed his empty hands. "I'm not here to hurt you." The child stared at him, scared but curious. Logan reached into his pack and pulled out a wrapped protein bar. He placed it on a rock and stepped back. The child didn't move for a moment. Then slowly she crawled forward, grabbed the bar, and opened it with shaky hands. She ate fast, like she hadn't eaten in days. Logan looked around. "Are you alone?" he asked. The girl looked past him and pointed. Logan turned and froze. Just a few feet away, behind a thick tree, lay the body of an alien woman. Her body was half covered in leaves. Blood stained her side. Her chest rose and fell. She was still breathing, but barely. Logan rushed over. He touched her neck gently. A weak pulse. Her eyes fluttered open. She looked at him with pain and confusion. "Don't worry," he said. "You're safe now." The woman tried to speak, but no words came out. Her hand reached out, trembling, and pointed toward the child. Logan nodded. "I saw her. She's okay." Then he heard it. A low growl. His body went still. It came from behind the trees, deep, angry, not human. Logan grabbed the child, pulled her close, and looked around. His heart pounded. Something was out there, something hunting. He lifted the alien woman gently and threw her arm over his shoulder. She cried out weakly, but didn't stop him. Carrying both was not easy, but he didn't care. The growl came again. Closer now. Logan moved fast. His shelter was a few minutes away. He had to make it. Branches scratched his face. Thorns tore at his clothes. The child held onto him tightly. The woman groaned in pain with each step. Behind him, heavy steps followed. Whatever it was big. Finally, Logan saw the edge of the forest. His small cabin was there, hidden between rocks and metal junk. He ran the last few steps and slammed the door shut behind him. He set the woman down on a mattress. She was pale. Her wound looked bad. He opened his medkit and began to clean it. The child sat near her, holding her hand. "I don't know who you are," Logan whispered, "but I'm not going to let you die." Outside, the wind howled louder. The growl had stopped, but Logan knew something was still out there, watching, waiting. He looked at the child. She looked back at him with wide, glowing eyes. Then, very softly, she spoke one word in broken English. "Hunter." No one's supposed to be here. The alien child didn't speak again after that one word. Hunter. She sat silently beside, her mother holding her hand. The wounded woman breathed slowly, but her skin looked cold. Her lips blue. Logan wrapped a thermal blanket around her and set up a heat lamp near the bed. Outside, the wind knocked against the windows, and strange animal calls echoed through the forest. Logan's shelter was small, half built from metal scraps, half buried into the rocky ground. He had lived alone here for years, but tonight, it no longer felt like home. It felt like a trap. Hours passed. The child slept, curled on the floor beside her mother. Logan stayed awake, watching the door, gun on his lap. He couldn't sleep. Not after that growl. Not after the word hunter. Suddenly, beep. A soft noise came from the old console on the wall. Logan jumped. He hadn't used the colony radar in years, but it had turned itself on. He walked over. Unknown signal detected. Proximity alert. What the hell? Logan whispered. The screen flashed red. A ship had landed just outside the forest, less than 2 miles away. He stared in disbelief. No one came here. No one should come here. Then the radar showed something else. 6 life forms, armed, moving fast. Logan rushed to the window and looked through a crack. Far out between the trees, blue lights blinked through the night, moving like a search party. The child woke up. She looked at the screen, then at Logan. They come, she whispered. Logan pulled her close. You know them? She nodded, slowly. Bad people took my mother, hurt her. We run. Logan crouched beside the woman. She was still unconscious. He needed time, but time was running out. He opened a hidden hatch in the floor. It led to a small underground bunker, an old escape tunnel from the early days of the colony. Come on, he told the girl. We go below. But she didn't move. She touched her mother's face gently. She not wake? Logan sighed. I'll carry her. He lifted the woman in his arms again and carried her down into the dark bunker. The girl followed, her tiny feet tapping softly on the ladder. Once inside, Logan sealed the hatch and turned on the emergency light. The place was dusty, cold, but safe, for now. The child sat in the corner, hugging her knees. Logan looked at her. What's your name? She paused, unsure how to answer. Then she whispered, Zira. Logan smiled gently. I'm Logan. Zira's voice shook. You help. Why? He didn't answer right away. He thought about the silence of his life, the empty nights, the quiet dinners alone. Finally he said, No one should bleed in the dirt, scared and alone, not even aliens. Up above, the sound of boots echoed outside the cabin. 6 figures in black armor moved through the trees with rifles. One scanned the area with a red scanner. A hologram showed the alien woman's face, tagged as Asset 93, escaped specimen. One soldier pointed at the door. There's heat inside, another one said. Her tracker stopped here, she's close. Third one checked a device. We only need the child now, the mother is disposable. The leader raised a hand. Quiet. We search first. They moved closer. Back in the bunker, Logan could hear boots above. His heart raced. He turned off the light and told Zira to stay quiet. Then he heard the front door open. Heavy steps creaked across the floor. A loud voice called out, This is private military territory. All civilians come out now. Zira began to shake in fear. Logan held her hand tightly. Shh, it's okay. Don't move. Suddenly, crash. Something above knocked over his tool shelf. The sound was loud. Dust fell from the ceiling. Logan looked at the ceiling hatch. If they found the door, it would be over. He reached for his old shock mine, one use only, buried in his bag for years. He held it in his hand. If they try to come down, I'll blow the stairs, Zira whispered. I scared. Logan smiled, even though his hands were shaking. Me too. But brave people are scared and still protect. Then silence. Footsteps stopped. After a long pause, a voice said, She's not here. We move north. One by one, the soldiers left the house. Logan didn't speak for a long time. He just waited in the dark, listening. When he finally climbed back up, the cabin was a mess. His door was cracked, his tools thrown, but they were gone. For now. Later that night, Zira fell asleep again beside her mother, who still hadn't woken. Logan stood at the window, staring into the forest. He knew one thing now for sure. This wasn't just a rescue. This was war. They want her back. Or dead Zira had never seen a fire before. She sat by the small metal stove inside Logan's cabin, her knees hugged tight to her chest, staring at the gentle orange flames. Her big glowing eyes flickered with the firelight. She looked calm now, but her mind was still full of fear. Her mother lay behind her, sleeping, alive but weak. Logan had done everything he could with old medicine and bandages, but she hadn't opened her eyes in 2 days. Outside, the forest stayed quiet. Too quiet. Logan cleaned his rifle again. He wasn't a soldier, but he was ready to fight like one. That morning, Logan had checked the broken drone that had crashed behind his cabin during the night. Something, or someone, had sent it. The metal shell had markings. Not from Earth. He opened the small control panel inside the drone. What he found made his blood run cold. There was a list. A kill list. It had a photo of the alien woman marked Cull. Then another photo appeared, Zira, next to her name. Retrieve alive. If not, terminate. Logan stared at the screen. They don't just want her back, he whispered. They want to own her. He walked back into the cabin. Zira looked up. You go far? Just the edge of the forest, he said, to check for danger. Danger always, she said softly. Logan crouched beside her. Why do they want you? Who are they? Zira looked down. They make me, in place called Bioforge. Not real city, not real people, just lab. Logan frowned. Bioforge? Zira nodded slowly. Mother escaped with me. She said we die. If we stay. But they follow. Her voice shook. I not normal. They put things inside me, test me, change me. Logan sat back, shocked. You're a child. Zira shook her head. I'm a project. That night, thunder cracked across the sky. Rain fell hard. Logan closed the shutters and powered up the backup generator. The lights buzzed softly. He looked at Zira, who now lay next to her mother again, humming a tune that wasn't human. It sounded sad, old, from another world. Then the power went out. Darkness. Total silence. Logan stood still. He hadn't touched anything. Then the front door lock clicked. Someone was inside. Logan grabbed his rifle and whispered, Stay with your mother. Don't move. He moved through the darkness. His boots made no sound. He turned the corner and stopped. There was a figure standing in the hallway. Not human. Its body was tall, thin, wrapped in black armor with glowing red eyes. A bounty hunter drone. Not a machine. Not alive. Something in between. It spoke in a cold voice. Return the asset. Logan aimed his gun. Over my dead body. The drone tilted its head. Acceptable. It moved fast, faster than anything Logan had seen. It charged forward. Logan fired once. Boom! The shot hit the wall. He fired again. Sparks flew from the drone's shoulder. It reached him. Its metal hand grabbed his wrist and twisted. Logan screamed. Then, Zira screamed louder. A pulse of strange white light exploded from behind the hallway. It hit the drone like a wave. The machine froze. Its chest cracked. Its eyes flickered. Then, bang! The drone burst into pieces. Logan lay on the ground, breathing hard. Zira ran to him, eyes wide. I'm sorry, she cried. It just happened. I didn't mean... Logan stared at her, stunned. You did that? Zira nodded slowly. Mothers say I am power. But power I don't want. He held her hand gently. You saved me. She looked scared. But more come. Always more come. Outside, the night was burning. 3 more ships landed in the trees. This time they didn't hide. They came with full force. Logan looked at Zira, then at her mother, still unconscious. They won't stop, he said. They'll tear this forest apart just to get you. Zira looked down. Then we run again? No, Logan said, voice hard. We don't run anymore. He reached for the switch under his table and pulled it. Old metal walls shook as an underground gate opened behind the cabin. It led to the scrapyard zone, dangerous terrain full of broken tech and forgotten weapons. We fight smart, Logan said. And we survive. Zira took his hand. Family? She asked softly. Logan looked at her and smiled. Yes, he said. Family. What she was running. From rain poured down on the metal junkyard. Lightning flashed across the sky, lighting up the broken world around Logan. Rusted machines stood like skeletons. Sharp metal towers poked at the clouds. The air smelled of oil, old fire, and fear. Logan stood at the edge, holding the alien child Zira close. Behind him, on a makeshift hover sled, lay her weak and silent mother, wrapped in blankets, barely alive. They had escaped the last attack. But Logan knew this was no victory. This was only the beginning. As they set up a small camp inside an old cargo shell, Logan checked the mother's pulse again. Faint. Still alive. Still fighting. He looked at Zira, who sat nearby, drawing patterns, in the dirt with her finger. Her glowing eyes stared at nothing. She had not spoken much since the drone attack. He knelt beside her. Zira, he said softly. Tell me the truth. All of it. What were you running from? The child looked at him with tired eyes. You won't like. Tell me anyway. She looked at the sky, her voice soft. They took Mother long ago. She was smart, strong, a healer. Her people were poor, so she sold her skills to the labs. They paid her to grow life, make medicine, help babies form. At first it was good. Zira paused. But then they asked her to make something new. Not just life, but a weapon. Logan's eyes narrowed. You? Zira nodded. I was made to look innocent, but inside me they mixed DNA from many kinds. Strong ones, deadly ones, powers no child should have. Mother didn't know at first. Logan felt a chill run down his back. And when she found out, she tried to stop them, tried to take me away. They called her a thief, a traitor. They branded us both. Zira pulled down the edge of her sleeve. A burn mark showed on her arm, an ugly red symbol, property of Bioforge. Thunder rolled again. Logan stood and paced. They made you to destroy, and now they're hunting you because you escaped. Zira nodded. They don't want me free. They're afraid I'll lose control, or tell others. She looked down. But I'm just a kid, I didn't ask to be made. Logan sat beside her. You're more than a weapon, Zira. You're someone who deserves to live. She looked at him. But what if I hurt people again? What if I can't stop it? Logan put a hand on her shoulder. Then I'll be there to help you stop. That's what family does. Suddenly, a weak voice whispered, Zira. They both turned. Her mother's eyes had opened. She tried to sit up, but Logan rushed to her. No, stay down. You've lost a lot of blood. The woman blinked. You... human... You helped us? Yes, Logan said. I found you in the forest. I've been protecting Zira. She looked at her daughter with love and sadness. I'm sorry, she whispered. I failed to keep you safe. No, Mama, Zira cried. You saved me. Always. The woman turned to Logan. You don't understand. They won't stop. They've put a bounty on her head across 4-star systems. Logan's face darkened. Then let them come. She coughed hard, then whispered. There's something you need to know. They didn't just create her to kill. They created her to replace. Logan's heart skipped. Replace who? Leaders. Highborn blood. She can mimic voice, memory, even looks. She's not just a weapon, she's a key. Zira looked confused. What does that mean? Her mother looked at her with love and fear. It means, you were never meant to be free. You were meant to be used. Logan stood up and looked out at the rain. He understood. Now, they weren't just hunting a runaway. They were hunting a threat to their control. Zira wasn't just dangerous because of power. She was dangerous because of what she could become. The ground shook suddenly. A low rumble came from the hills, nearby. Logan looked through his binoculars and saw it. Another ship landing. Bigger this time. He turned to Zira and her mother. We don't have much time. He handed Zira a small bracelet. This used to belong to my sister. It hides heat signatures. Wear it, and they can't track you. He packed the little camp fast. We'll move through the scrapyard tunnels. I know the way, but once we go in, there's no turning back. Zira stood beside her mother, holding her hand. Where do we go now? She asked. Logan looked into the dark metal valley ahead, where they'll never think to follow. The trap. Outside the door, the scrapyard tunnels were not meant for living things. They were deep, cold, and full of rusted metal bones. Pipes hissed steam. The floor creaked. Sometimes the lights above sparked and flickered. No maps, no signals. Just endless dark paths built long ago for machines now forgotten. Logan walked ahead, his flashlight swinging side to side. Behind him, Zira helped her weak mother step by step. The mother could barely walk but refused to let Logan carry her this time. Zira whispered, "Why is it so quiet down here?" Logan answered, "Because no one wants to come here. Even the hunters fear getting lost." But what he didn't say was this. Something felt wrong. Too wrong. Hours passed. They finally reached a rusted door, half covered in vines, hidden behind a pile of dead machines. "This is it," Logan said. "Old emergency shelter. We rest here, for the night." He typed a code on the door panel. Beep. Access granted. The door creaked open. Inside was a small control room. Dusty, but safe. There were old supply crates, broken screens, and a faded flag from Earth's first colony days. Zira helped her mother sit near the wall and wrapped her in a blanket. The woman smiled weakly and said, "Thank you, child." Logan checked the air vents, power, and door locks. All seemed fine. He turned to Zira. "We'll be safe here, I promise." But he was wrong. Later that night, Logan sat alone in the corner cleaning his weapon. Suddenly, click. A small red light blinked on the ceiling. It wasn't there before. Logan stood up fast. He climbed the shelf and touched the blinking light. His heart dropped. A tracker. His eyes scanned the room. "This place was clean," he whispered. "How did it get in here?" Zira looked up, confused. "What's wrong?" "We've been found." Then came the sound. Boom, boom, boom. Heavy steps outside the tunnel door. Logan pulled his rifle. "No time to escape," he said. "Zira, get behind the crates. Protect your mother. Don't come out unless I call." She nodded, holding her mother tight. The metal door began to glow hot. They were burning through it. But Logan noticed something else. Something worse. The emergency door lock was never triggered. Someone opened this place from the inside. Just then, a shadow moved behind him. He turned fast, gun raised. It was Kellen, a scavenger from Logan's past. Bearded, tall, greedy eyes. Someone Logan once helped years ago. "Kellen?" Logan asked. "What are you doing here?" Kellen raised his hands. "Easy, friend, I came to warn you." Logan narrowed his eyes. "How did you find us?" Kellen smirked. "I didn't. They did." Before Logan could react, Kellen pulled a small blaster. "Step away from the girl," he said coldly. Zira screamed. Her mother tried to stand but fell weakly. Logan clenched his jaw. "You sold us out." Kellen shrugged. "I got bills. You're hiding a bounty worth more than 10 lifetimes. A hybrid child? Bioforge will pay me double if I bring her alive. You'll never get her. I don't need to. I just need to open the door. He pressed a button. The outer door unlocked with a loud hiss. In seconds, black-armored soldiers stormed in. Logan grabbed Zira and pulled her behind him. Shots fired, sparks flew. The walls lit up in red flashes. Kellen laughed and tried to run, but he was the first to fall. One of the soldiers shot him in the back. Asset location confirmed, the lead soldier said. They moved in, cornering Logan. Zira held his hand. Her small fingers trembled. Then something changed. Her glow returned, but this time, brighter. Zira? Logan asked. I can feel it, she said quietly. The energy inside. It's rising. Logan looked into her eyes, and for the first time, they weren't just scared. They were powerful. The lead soldier stepped forward. Stand down or we take her by force. Zira stood. No, she said. And then it happened. A pulse of blue-white energy exploded from her body, gentle, silent, but strong enough to knock the entire squad back into the walls. Alarms blared, lights shattered, the room shook. When the dust settled, the soldiers were down. Some groaned, some didn't move at all. Logan stared in shock. Zira collapsed to her knees, breathing hard. Her mother crawled forward and hugged her tightly. Logan rushed to the door and sealed it again. He turned to Zira, who looked scared of herself. I didn't mean to. He knelt beside her. You saved us again, he whispered. And I don't care what they made you to be. I see who you are. Zira whispered. What if next time? I can't stop it. Logan held her close. Then I'll be your anchor, one man against the firestorm. The air was thick with smoke. The door to the shelter had been sealed again, but the walls were cracked, sparks flew from broken panels, and the floor was shaking. Logan's hands were cut and bleeding, but he didn't care. He used everything, metal bars, broken chairs, old wires to block the exits. This wasn't defense anymore. This was the last stand. Zira sat against the wall, her head resting on her mother's lap. Her small body trembled. Her face was pale, her breathing slow. The power she had used, it came with a cost. She's burning up, Logan said, touching her forehead. If she uses that energy again, it might kill her. Her mother nodded weakly. That's what they wanted, a weapon that destroys everything, including itself. Logan looked at the girl with pain in his heart. She's just a child. No, her mother said. She was never allowed to be. Outside, the tunnel glowed red. A new group of hunters was coming, but not soldiers this time. Firebringers, machines with flamethrowers, toxin launchers, and skin that melted bullets. Bioforge's worst tools, used only when they wanted nothing left behind. Logan saw them on the radar, 6 of them. He stood up, heart pounding. There was no time left. He turned to the mother. Take Zira through the back tunnel, use the lift. It will bring you up to the mountainside. There's a cave system. Follow the red lights. It's safe. The mother looked at him. And you? Logan loaded his rifle. I stay. Zira opened her eyes weakly. No, you come too. He shook his head. They'll catch you if someone doesn't slow them down. Tears ran down Zira's cheeks. You promised we are family. Logan gave her a broken smile. That's why I'm doing this. As the mother carried Zira away, Logan turned back, toward the door. He had only 6 bullets, 1 old EMP mine, and his will. Minutes later, the metal door exploded inward. The first firebringer stepped in, huge, armored, breathing steam. Logan threw the EMP, boom! A flash of white light burst across the room. The first machine dropped, screaming in static. The others rushed in. Logan fired. Bang, bang, bang. He hit 2 in the chest, 1 in the eye. They fell, sparks flying, but the 4th one reached him. Its metal hand grabbed his shoulder and slammed him into the wall. Pain exploded in Logan's ribs, but he didn't stop. He stabbed it with a steel rod, deep into the wires in its neck. It sparked, screamed, and collapsed. Now only two remained. Logan limped, blood running down his face. His gun was broken. His arms were shaking. One firebringer opened its flame vent. A jet of fire roared toward him. Logan dove behind a crate, barely escaping the heat. His eyes stung. His lungs burned. He thought of Zira's small hands, of her glowing eyes, of her calling. Him family. And he stood up again. He ran straight at the last machine. With a scream, he tackled it into the power generator. Crack! The machine shorted out and exploded. The room lit up in fire and electricity. Then, silence. Everything was burning. Logan fell to his knees. He was alone, alive, barely. Somewhere far above, inside the mountain caves, Zira felt it. She sat up, eyes wide. "He's hurt," she said. Her mother tried to hold her back. "Zira, you must rest." But Zira stood. Her body glowed faintly. She looked at the tunnel with new strength in her eyes. "No," she whispered. "He saved us. Now it's my turn." Back in the shelter, Logan crawled through fire and smoke, his vision blurred. His heart slowed. He thought it was the end. Until a soft blue light filled the room. Zira walked through the fire, untouched. Her eyes were like stars. She knelt beside him, placed her small hand on his chest, and whispered, "Don't go. Please." Pulse of energy moved from her hand into Logan's chest, and for a moment, his heart stopped, then beat. He gasped, eyes open. Alive. He looked at her, shocked. "What did you do?" Zira smiled with tears. "Something they never taught me. To heal. Home is not a place. It's a person." The fire was gone. The walls were silent. Only the soft sound of wind passed through the cracked tunnel doors now. Zira sat beside Logan, her small hand still resting on his chest. His breathing was slow but steady. He was alive. She had saved him, just like he had saved her. Her mother, weak but awake, stood nearby with tears in her eyes. "You brought him back," she whispered. Zira looked up. "He's my home." A few days later, they found a quiet valley on the far side of the mountains. The forest there was green, untouched, and filled with soft blue light that came from glowing stones. Birds, real ones, sang in the trees. No drones, no soldiers, no bioforge. Logan built a new shelter from stone, wood, and old tech. Zira helped carrying small things, laughing as she dropped nails and asked what every tool did. Her mother, whose name was Hilary, recovered slowly, now able to walk without help. They planted small crops. They gathered water from a spring. For the first time, it felt like life. One quiet morning, Logan sat on the porch, fixing a broken radio. Zira ran up to him holding a flower. "Look what I found," she smiled. He took it and tucked it behind her ear. "Looks better on you," she giggled. Then her smile faded a little. "Do you think they'll come back?" Logan looked toward the far mountains. Maybe, maybe not. But if they do? He looked at her. "We face them together." That night they all sat around a small fire. Zira asked softly, "Can I ask something?" "Of course," Hilary said. Zira looked at Logan. "Why did you help us? You didn't know us." Logan took a breath. "I was alone for a long time," he said. "I thought being alone made me safe, but it only made me empty." He looked at them both. "Then I found you in the forest, hurt, bleeding, scared, and I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Purpose." Zira tilted her head. "What's that?" Logan smiled. "It means I finally had someone to protect." Later, that night, while stars blinked above, Zira stared up at the sky. Do you think there are other kids like me? She asked. Ilari nodded slowly. Maybe. Bioforge made many mistakes, but if they exist, they might still be trapped. Zira's eyes glowed softly in the dark. Then maybe we find them someday. Help them. Logan said, We will, when you're ready. And you're not alone. Weeks passed. Logan taught Zira how to repair machines. She showed him how to sense energy through the earth. Ilari taught them both an alien song, one of peace, one she had never sung since her escape. Zira sang it every morning after that. The land felt alive again. One day a trader ship passed through the skies far above. Logan watched it go, unseen. He didn't call out, didn't shoot a flare. Not yet. Their time to return to the world would come. But for now, this was enough. Zira sat beside Logan as the sun set, resting her head on his arm. I don't know if I'm a weapon, she whispered, or a copy or just broken. Logan placed a hand gently on her head. You're not a weapon. You're not a copy. You're Zira, and that's more than enough. She smiled. As the stars filled the night sky, Zira whispered, Home isn't walls, or cities, or ships. She looked at Logan. Home is who stays, who holds your hand when you fall, who says you're enough. Logan nodded, eyes soft. And you'll never be alone again. The end.